Greetings. Welcome to another episode of Brown Girls Are Beautiful. I decided, oh, I decided to go live just now on the spur of the moment. I hope y'all can hear me. Let me try to clip this on, and I'm gonna try to pin the. Let me try to pin this up so that I don't have to hold it. Hopefully, the phone doesn't overheat, y'all. It is 59 degrees out here, y'all. 59 degrees. I am hot. What's good, Fox Galaxy? You know why I am hot? I actually have a tank top on under this thing that I have on. And thank you for the like, Fox Galaxy. I am hot, Fox Galaxy. Oh my gosh, I'm burning up right now. Burning up. Hopefully you can hear me. Let me try to pin this thing on. All right. I'll check my other phone to make sure I can be heard. But yes, the title, as you see it, Happy Saturday to you all. Heute ist Samstag. That's how we say it, auf Deutsch in German. Today is Saturday, guys. It's a lot of big ass ninjas in the world. 31 degrees in Chicago. Oh my gosh. Y'all. Well, I could tell you one thing. It is 59 here and counting. Oh, that's cute. Someone has white and purple balloons. That's so cute. I'm parked outside of the dollar store in Aldi's, y'all. Turn the camera around so you can see her balloons. Can't really see her balloons, but she just walked past, but they're really cute. So let me tell y'all something. As I was driving through the Harris Teeter parking lot a little earlier. So you know how you get to the Harris Teeter parking lot and there's the walkway for the people to like actually walk out of the doors from the store. So of course, as I'm driving, I don't see any like pedestrians. So I am slowly progressing through, right? So that's what I was doing. Let me turn this up. Slowly progressing through, right? So that's what I was doing. And as I'm progressing through, I was trying to listen to myself. As I'm progressing through, sorry y'all. So I had the windows down a little bit, just to let some fresh air in because it is, really warm and everything. And so I heard this guy say, that B ain't paying attention at all, like that. So I'm like, who the F is he talking about? Who the F is he calling a B? UNITY. Shout out to Queen Latifah. So I'm like, oh, so this little coward ass Latino Hispanic that needs to go back to his own country, this little short midget bitch, I guess he's talking about me, right? So he's carrying a toddler in his hand with a balloon. I don't know what the occasion was. I don't give a F what it was. The fact that you said the shit loud enough for me to hear it with my window down and you're talking about me because he was walking towards the car, y'all. He was walking towards my vehicle. So I'm driving down past the door, past the grocery store doors or whatever. Nobody else is like walking in front of the vehicle. He's walking towards me. He's like walking towards, I would say, the middle. It's a lot of people getting balloons today out of the Dollar Tree, y'all. I got to go in this Dollar Tree. I have never been in this one. So he's walking towards me while he's saying this. And he's holding his toddler in his arms with a balloon. And I'm like, first of fucking all, you dumb ass, you're lucky to be over here. And I'm tired of, how are you doing, Tejas? I am tired of these immigrants coming over here disrespecting melanated females. I am tired of everybody feeling like they can disrespect melanated females. And so when I heard it, I beat my horn to get his attention, to let his dumb little short, disrespectful immigrant ass know that I heard what the F he said. So that really kind of like sent something through me because I'm minding my own business. I'm not bothering anybody. Why are you being disrespectful and rude? Right? So I see where the little short immigrant bastard went when I was turning, right? I saw him in the window behind me. So I made sure to beat my horn to catch his motherfucking attention. And as I caught his attention, I made sure to roll the window down so he could see who the F I am. And I stick my middle finger up and I was like, F you, like that. you B or something I said. I don't know if he could hear me, but he tries to act like he's so freaking hard, big, bad, and bold. First of all, you see that I'm a female in this vehicle by myself. That's why you're a coward, and that's why you are bitch. Secondly, you're holding a toddler in your hand. Then you try to gather up the courage and the nerve to try to challenge me, talking about, oh, yeah, something about, I don't know if he was like, stop the car or something he tried to say. And he acted like he was trying to come around the sidewalk, like he was going to do something to me. First of all, I want to say to all the ladies, melanated females out there, always keep something with you. And you know what I'm talking about. Keep that heat on you at all times. Also, keep mace on you at all times. Even if you have to have a taser, keep that on you at all times. And a box cutter or something that cuts at all times. Because what we are not going to do is think that you're going to disrespect a female for no reason and then think that you're going to walk up on a petite melanated female that's by herself for no freaking reason. That's what we're not going to do. So whatever he would have gotten, he would have deserved, y'all. I'm doing just fine, Tejas. So I'm just tired of it. I am tired of Caucasian males, and they're not men, Caucasian males, because they're bitchified as well. Not all of them, but a large majority of them as well are bitchified. Hold on, let me put this thing on do not disturb because I don't want to be interrupted while I get this message out. I don't care who unlikes, I don't care who unfollows, unsubscribes. I'm going to speak my mind because what I've noticed is in traffic, these caucasoids, males, are big, bad, and bold in traffic when you are a melanated female by yourself. They got so much to say, and they feel a sense of entitlement to want to bogart their way in front of you. I remember one day I was on the interstate. This was like last year sometime, minding my own mother freaking business, and traffic was very thick. This other male caucasoid in some type of SUV beat up looking vehicle decided he wanted to try to bogart his way in front of me. And because I was not allowing him to get in front of me, he's blowing his horn. I I roll my window down. You fucking bitch, you fucking You see how they act? Had a man been in the vehicle with me, he wouldn't have been doing all of that. They are very cowardly, y'all. And because these cowardly people, they're not people. These cowards want to challenge melanated females because they feel like we're the most easily to disrespect. We're the most neglected, the most unprotected. They want to challenge us because they see us as an easy target. This is why melanated females have to carry what I told you to carry because you're going to have to protect and defend yourself. I am tired of males and every other nationality feeling like we can be disrespected. I'm gonna tell you another story. I was at Aldi's parking lot one day. Another Caucasoid male on foot in the parking lot gets an attitude because they like to have hissy fits and temper tantrums because they feel like the world caters to them. They feel a sense of entitlement when really they're immigrants that need to go back to Europe and the caves from which they derive in the Caucasus Mountains. So, because he wanted a parking space that I was about to get into, he wanted to be disrespectful out of his mother freaking mouth, and I think he was with a toddler as well. We exchanged words in the parking lot, and I was on the phone, I think, with my mother, and she was like, "Don't engage, don't engage." But in the heat of the moment, when you're being disrespected, here I am. Okay, let me get off here then. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna get off this one, and I'm gonna tune back into my old live. All right, just a second. Let me end this. All right, y'all. Hopefully you can hear me. My phone overheated, so that's what happened. The phone overheated, but I'm back. So like I was saying, they feel that they can disrespect us. They feel like nobody's going to come to our defense. They feel like they can challenge us, and they feel a sense of entitlement when it comes to disrespecting melanated females, y'all. That's basically what I'm saying. That's the gist of it, y'all. I'm gonna try to put this microphone in. I don't know if you'll be able to hear me or not, but we'll see what happens, okay? Because I had a good thing going. All right. All right, let me try to get back into the stream, y'all. Yeah, the phone overheated. So hold on. Let's see. I didn't know I was gonna get this hot today, guys. At all. Did not know I was gonna get this hot. Ooh. All right, let me see if I can be heard. Okay, it sounds like I can be heard. Technical difficulties every time I start speaking truth around here. You notice that? Oh my gosh. Y'all, I'm gonna have to come out of, don't be surprised if you see me come out of this thing. I'm gonna be wearing a tank top in a second. Hold on, I gotta set this phone right here. Hold on 1 second, y'all. 1 second. All right. Woo, y'all. It's so freaking hot. It's only 59 degrees, but I'm like sweating. People don't have a heart, and people with heart like me gets targeted. Oh, look, females are getting targeted out here by bitch ass ninjas. And when I say that, I'm not just talking about melanated guys. I'm talking about males in general, y'all. Males in general. They think that they can just disrespect us, and then they want to talk about melanated females and stuff like that. Y'all know that some people do have a strong personality. Some people can be very loud and very vocal. But I pretty much stick to myself. I don't go causing problems with anyone unless somebody tries to provoke me. And I really try to overcome it and not stoop to their level. And I try to think about my future because I know a lot of these miscreants out here are not even worth the trouble that they cause. And you got to think about that for yourselves out here. So, to all the melanated ladies out there, please keep something handy whenever you go out in public so you can protect yourself. I don't care if it's a gun. I don't care if it's a mace, a taser, a box cutter, a knife, whatever you need at your disposal, brass knuckles. Keep something with you, a baseball bat. I don't care because you're going to have to defend your honor out here in these American streets of America, right? While you're in public, because these males out here think they can just disrespect us for no apparent reason, and they feel very empowered and emboldened because they're cowards, especially if they see that you're by yourself. So you got to just always be protected and think, before you react, because the first thing they want to do is try to make you seem like you are the cause of the whole situation, when really we know that a lot of them like to be the antagonist. These are the games they like to play. I had another idiot in the neighborhood that wanted to be bold and go in front of my car as I'm on the way to leave out the neighborhood, like he's the mother effing police. Stop the car. So I roll the window down, and he proceeds to walk up to me and like he's trying to challenge me, like he's the MF and police. Oh, you almost hit me, and like carrying on a scene, and trying to call me whatever he said. And I have a bit of that on video footage. But I said, F you, you MF and B. First of all, big, tall, overweight, heavy set. If I wanted to run over top of your big roly poly ass, I would. Let's go there, because I'm sick of these immigrants, and he's an immigrant too. Like, when I think about it, he's some type of Hispanic in the neighborhood, and they feel very emboldened. I did try to find out where the f he lived, and he was in a box looking Kia, little Humpty Dumpty roly poly looking ass. I can't stand it, y'all. I can't stand it. I am tired of people trying to target females, and especially when they think that, you're an easy target, because they're cowards, y'all. They're cowards, very cowardly. And that's why I have titled this video "The Bitch Ass Ninjas and Their Enablers," because they do have enablers, whether it's a mother that brought them up, that raised them to be this way, or whether they have a significant other that encourages their bitch assness behavior, one or the other. Or they could have a whole team of guys, not melanated guys, but males around them that make them feel empowered and emboldened. Most of the time, whenever they are trying to disrespect a female or try to challenge a female, they are scared of stepping to another male. That's what it is. They are scared to step to another male. And we have to talk about it, y'all. Ladies, continue to stay with some type of weapon on you at all times when in public, when it comes to these male cowards out here. Because they are looking for a reason to antagonize someone, and they like to pick melanated females for no reason, especially when you look like you're not a threat and you're alone by yourself. They think you're an easy target. They're cowards. There's nothing manly about them. They're punks. They're bitches. And I'm going to say it just like that. I don't care who gets mad, unsubscribe, unlike, unfollow. I'm speaking my experience and my truth, what I've seen out here in public. And it's not every single male, but it's a lot of them, and they will catch you at just different moments throughout the day that you're unsuspecting of it. I'm going to tell you another thing that I noticed when I have been in Aldi's. So Aldi's is a grocery store, guys. I've noticed that these Middle Easterns are very disrespectful as well when it comes to their lack of respect. I have been basically getting in line about to go to the register only to have one of these Middle Eastern males cut me off at the register and try to hurry up and bogart with their cart and get in front of me as they see me walking to the register. And that has happened on more than one occasion. Just dumb for no reason. Very rude, very, very rude, very disrespectful, very disrespectful. I have seen this happen, more than once. And I don't know what makes them think they have a sense of entitlement, but somebody needs to call ICE on these MFers out here. Somebody needs to have these MFers investigated. I don't care how they feel about it because you're coming over to somebody else's country being very disrespectful for no reason. It's unnecessary. Unnecessary. Yes, they're goofies for real. You don't have to apologize for their nasty behavior because these are decisions that they're choosing. I'm just saying that, we have to really be vigilant out here, females out here, especially melanated females. If you don't flock around, if you're not loud and ghetto, they see you as an easy target. If you're not out here looking like a beastly broad that's ready to fight some dudes and halfway kill somebody, they see you as an easy target, especially because I'm very ladylike, daintified, and feminine. But I promise you, if it comes down to me or somebody else, I'm going to fight with my life because I am already very petite, y'all, and it's not going to be a fair fight. I am aiming to KILL for anybody that comes around me thinking they're going to do anything to me because you should have never been messing with me in the first place. Simple as that. They're very goofy, Fox Galaxy. But other than that, y'all, I was thinking about taking myself to the park today. But I might actually have to. I don't know if I need to change my clothes or what I'm gonna do. I'm probably gonna go in this dollar store and see what's in there. I was thinking about going into Aldi's, y'all, but right now I need to cool off. But I just wanted to come on and say hi to you all. I hope you all are enjoying your Saturday. I'll be back on with you later. I have gotten word from my sister that my nephews have said that they would come on to participate on my YouTube channel. So I'm very excited about that. My middle nephew has some stuff he wants to get off his chest, according to my sister. And hopefully they will partake in F Your Feelings Friday, y'all. You said, see, my older brother got me when I finally stood up to my dad after years, and I did the same thing with my OG. It's a lot. You got to stand up for yourself regardless, because if you don't, people think they can just get away with anything, and nobody's going to sit by and be disrespected by someone for no reason when they don't deserve it, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So just be careful out here, y'all. Think before you act, think before you react, because that's the devil trying to trick you out of your spot, out of your life, and out of all the blessings. And I'm going to tell you something else. There are spiritual entities that can see into your future. They know all of these nice blessings that are lined up for you. And before you have a chance for it to happen in your reality, they will send people like this. They will send little random people just from out of the blue, so that it could change the trajectory of your future to for you to miss your blessings. It works like that, y'all. You said I'm not leaving King Hazy. I was just talking about the bitch ass ninjas out here. How are you doing today, King Hazy? Right. So my phone keeps overheating, y'all. My phone keeps overheating. I'm doing all right, King Hazy. If you are still in the building, you might have left off, but I'm still here. My phone keeps overheating, so I apologize for that. I hope y'all can still hear me. I'm very hot right now. I'm gonna have to get in. I'm gonna have to get out this vehicle in a second. I actually had the nerve to wear boots. Y'all should see these warm boots I put on my feet today. I might have to go home and change or something because I'm hot. You're still here. Thank you, King Hazy, for sticking around. Yeah, my phone keeps overheating. It said it was hot, so it powered down just now. If you hear some music in the background, that's this car beside me in the parking lot, y'all. Hold on, let me see if I can be heard. Okay, it sounds like I can be heard. Thank goodness for that, because you know a lot of times the phone be acting up. But I don't know. It seems like when I come on live, I be having all these technical difficulties and stuff. But yeah, I'm doing okay. I'm blessed. I'm here. I feel that, there's divinity all amongst us, amongst me, surrounding us. Our ancestors are watching out. And I just feel like magical things are coming into fruition. And I just don't want us to be um, distracted by a lot of these negative entities that come around trying to knock us off the trajectory of our path, because that's what they were meant and designed to do. So if you find yourself in a situation or a circumstance, try to think twice before you react, because people will really cause you to snap on them. Just, I think I told y'all last week on February 19th. Thank you, Justin. King Hazy. uh no. Just last week, King Hazy. Um you all, we had a shooting at a local Food Lion grocery store, which is right up the street from an elementary school that I normally frequent, like when I work there. The staff and the children know me very well over there. And unfortunately, someone did pass away to their untimely demise. It happened at 4:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So the children are usually getting out at 3:15 ish. And so you can imagine that this could have ended very badly, but luckily nobody else got hurt. From my understanding, there was an older guy that did this to this other guy. I think they were both melanated. The younger guy, or whoever got, taken off the earth, he did not have life insurance. So they were asking for like prayers and donations and stuff like that, y'all. So, just in a quick second and a quick moment, road rage can lead to somebody's untimely demise. That's why I say you really got to think twice before you engage with these animals out here. Just like, the situation that I had earlier with that cowardly bitch ass ninja. You know what I mean? Like, he's nobody for real, because for you to want to challenge a female and you have a toddler in your hand lets me know the mentality, and lets me know that you have nothing to lose in life. See, I have more to lose than a lot of people are worth in my life. So like when people do stuff to you, you got to evaluate everything that you have to lose. These people don't have anything to lose. If you're willing to try to challenge a female in a Harris Teeter parking lot holding a toddler, that lets me know, and you're a male, you are supposed to be a man, you are a coward and a bitch. That's really what you are. So, yes, that's why I'm saying for my ladies too, I encourage you always, 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 even, if you're going with a group of friends, because yesterday I met these two girls. They were going to the Tony Braxton concert yesterday, going to see Tony Braxton, Boyz II Men, and New Edition. And they are not from this city. They actually traveled here to see Tony Braxton, Boyz II Men, and New Edition, right? So they didn't know that the Airbnb that they were staying at is in the middle of the hood. And she was asking me, are there any like places that stay open after hours? So I thought she meant like a lounge spot. So I had my friend, to kind of tell her where she could go. And she was like, oh no, we're trying to get like snacks, like a grocery store or something. And I'm like, most of the grocery stores are not staying open past 11 around here, unless you might go to like a Walmart, which might stay open till 12. There could be some 24 hours Walmarts, but for the most part, everything shuts down at 11. So then she was like talking about this gas station that was up the street. And I was like, you don't want to go over there. Trust me. She doesn't even know. There were a group of dudes out there. It just was not well lit. It looked like somewhere where females should not be by themselves. And I told her, I was like, no. I was like, no. You can go to a well lit gas station where they have 24-hour security. And I told her what gas stations that she might want to go to if they want to get snacks and beverages, because I guess they came unprepared. And then on top of that, she said she left her GUN at home. She didn't have any protection on her, and she was with her other friend. And there was some type of random guy outside of their Airbnb, and their Airbnb was right next to the woods. And I was like, "You be careful." I said, "Y'all be careful." And she was like, "Yeah, they told me this was a good area when I booked it and stuff." And I'm like, "Look, the next time." Thank you, King Hazy. The next time you book any type of thing, because like when I would book hotels, like if I was traveling out of town, the first thing I would do is like look at the location, look at the area. I would also go to Google Maps, and you know how you could put the little guide down on the map and you could see the street view. I would look around the street view and try to see what I could see so I could get a visual of what the area looks like. And I told her like this: if you see a bunch of like ABC stores, if you see a bunch of car washes, if you see laundry mats all over the place, you probably don't want to book yourself right there. And that's just what it is, y'all. Safety comes first. I don't care if you're trying to catch a deal. Like, it's no point in being out of town and then something happens, because it can happen. You said when I expressed my feelings for when my mom treated me roughly, my older brother called me soft and gave me a man up speech, which made me regret ever expressing myself. That's the thing, too. Like, we got to stop with the man up stuff, telling these boys and these dudes, oh, man up, like you can't have feelings. You can. Every human entity, well, every human person has feelings, right? The thing is, you just got to be strategic about how you express yourself, because people will use things against you. People will use what you say to them against you. If they know something bothers you, they'll use that against you. If they know that it makes you feel a certain way, they will keep doing it just to antagonize you, y'all. People do it all the time. That's why I'm very selective about what I express to anybody, because you can't trust people. You just can't. People are evil, they're wicked, they're mean. And I feel like inherently people are just evil. Not everybody, but a lot of people are. And that's how they get their satisfaction at other people's demise, like making other people feel bad. That's really sad too. Like I mean, I would feel real messed up if I went around trying to antagonize people for no reason and make them feel bad. But I was listening, I've been listening to the Warren Buffett podcast. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Warren Buffett, but he's a billionaire. I think he's in his 90s, and he gives a lot of good information that a lot of people should listen to. I always feel like elderly people, more senior people, more experienced people have a lot more to say, which I'm more willing to listen to them because they have more experience, they've lived longer than versus listening to. I'm not saying young people don't have wisdom, because there are a lot of smart, intelligent young people too, but they don't have the life experience sometimes of like older generations. Some stuff you got to check, some got to ignore, some accept. Yeah, King Hazy, that's very true. but I refuse to accept anything that I don't want to accept. I'm sorry. I guess I can be a little stubborn in that aspect. I've been through so much in life that I really don't have time to deal with nonsense. I really have a low tolerance for foolery and just nonsense, y'all. I don't have the patience for it. When people come around me and they start talking stupid, I really would not even take my time and attention to listen to the nonsense. So that's just how it is. You definitely be listening to him and Charlie Munger. Yeah, he said that Charlie Munger, King Hazy, was one of his best. I guess they were really good business partners, and he would listen to a lot of Charlie Munger's advice. But Charlie Munger, has already, passed away or whatever. But he said a lot of his business experience, he would um, take advice from Charlie Munger. So yeah, I've been actually listening to his podcast like while I'm getting ready, or just driving and stuff, just listening to it because I want to change the path of some of my brain, like some of the change the trajectory of my brain. Like sometimes you got to work on your brain sometimes. You got to take time to work on your thinking because once you work on your thinking, a lot changes within you and that changes the outside world and how things fall into place for you. That's just my opinion. Because we're under a big, big, big spiritual attack out here, y'all. You said when your older brother broke his exercise equipment, you laughed at him for calling you soft. Now he ain't talking to you and he called you a hater. And honestly, you don't feel guilty at all. He called you soft and you forget how you brushed your feelings away. Yeah, I mean, your brother, y'all probably just got a lot of, you know, life experience to go through and stuff like that. But the main thing is you're here, you're healthy, you're young, you have a lot of time to start fresh and to do whatever you want to do with your life. Like you can reinvent yourself, you can do all types of things that you're interested in. Know yourself, know thyself first. Find out your interests. What do you have an interest in and pursue it, pursue it, pursue it. Like take it very seriously and just tune out everybody else. And then also too, like he's been talking about investing, how we don't take investing seriously like we should. A lot of people don't. A lot of people spend a lot of their money. And I feel like investing is really going to give you the financial freedom that you want. Who wants to be working when they're 70, 80 years old? Or even, there are people that actually have to work in their elderly age, y'all. And people shouldn't have to work that late in life. No, they should not. But it comes from not investing. People have a lack of financial literacy, just not knowing how money works, how to make their money exponentially grow. And we know that the cash flow is very limited, but it's very limitless because they can print it on paper, which is so dumb and stupid. So just, I guess pay attention to things that really matter. Don't make a lifelong decision over a temporary situation because any situation that someone tries to provoke you into, if it's negative, you can actually be throwing away your future over just a temporary situation, a temporary incident. Just like that guy lost his life in the Food Line parking lot last week, right at the grocery store parking lot. Started over road rage, y'all. And that's what I'm saying. There are entities sit in your path to test you, to challenge you, to knock the blessings from right out of your hands. Y'all, look at these beautiful balloons, y'all. Look, 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 look. Hold on. Can you see her? People have so there. I don't know what the occasion is, but people are buying a lot of balloons out of that dollar store. I am tempted to go in there my own self and just buy some balloons for no reason. And you know what? I might do that and just let them off into the air and make my wish because I haven't done that in a while. Done a balloon release. Earlier, this woman had all star balloons, purple and white. They were so cute. Y'all, I like balloons too. You've been doing your figures, 2 million in stock should be able to bring you 5K a month to live off of. That's what's up, King Hazy. I admire you for that. And I just wish that more people would think about the long term over the short term. We all know that people do like immediate or instant gratification, including myself. I'm not going to take myself out of the equation. When I was younger, I used to love to shop. I mean, I've always been a big advocate of just I don't know, shopping is like therapy for a lot of females, and, like, I used to like shopping for clothes. Then after some years, it was like, you can only buy so many clothes before you just be like, you're over it at this point. Um, and then you have to declutter because now I have so many clothes that I've had accumulated over the course of the years. I haven't really grown that much because I've been the same size for pretty much almost since high school. I mean, I have gained some weight, but a lot of stuff I got rid of and I'm still getting rid of. And actually, the less you have, the more your mind is decluttered, the more freer you feel, the better your space, the bigger your space feels. It's just more freeing. And so for me, less is more. I need to clean out the garage. I need to clean every single room in the house and just declutter, y'all, honestly. Well, it's okay if it's the goal. That's your goal, and you know what? Speak it, think it, get in the emotion of embracing it and feeling it because you never know how that could come into fruition for you. Nobody can ever tell you what you're capable of having. People have come into their later years and come into money. Look at Barack Obama. Look at how old he was when he came became the president, even though we know that was all rigged and his real name is not Barack. But also, I was listening to The Art of Dialogue, and Clifton Powell was on Pinky from Friday, y'all. So for some reason, I started listening to that whole entire interview, y'all. Clifton Powell said he didn't really start making real money because he had been broke for about 20 years of his life until he got into his late 40s, early 50s before he really started making money. And he said he bought his first car at the age of 46. Before then, he had a scooter living in Hollywood, and then he bought some type of Ford Fiesta or something like that. People were making fun of him. He had a Mazda that he was driving because he had a divorce settlement, and he ended up losing 10 million to the divorce settlement. And I guess you know how melanated people are. They saw him at the gas station, and they're like, "Damn, yo, you driving a Mazda?" So why should you have to impress anybody with the vehicle that you're driving for a car note that they're not paying? That's the problem. That's the problem right now. Who cares what other people think? Drive what makes you comfortable, what makes you happy. And then he said he went and bought like I think he said a Yukon or some was it a Yukon or some type of big SUV. And then some melanated guy was like, "Oh, what you need with that big SUV?" Like you can never people please. And that's the whole point in life. It's not about pleasing people. It's about living life for you. And that's what Warren Buffett talks about in the podcast about how he has millions upon millions and billions of dollars to buy any mansion that he wishes, to get any yacht, to get any car. And he still lives in the same house that he bought back in 19 whatever year he bought it for $31,000, y'all. And, you know, he said all of those things don't make him happy. What makes him happy, more beautiful balloons. What is the occasion, y'all? Y'all tell me if y'all know what's going on with these balloons. What's going on with these balloons? I'm trying to figure it out. Um, Financial freedom is his happiness, being free to wake up and do with his time whatever he wishes to do with it. And that is really liberation, and that's the goal for me. For just not to have to be on anybody else's schedule, to get up and do whatever you want to do, not because you're obligated, but because you want to do it. See, that's the difference between being a boss and people that have an employee mindset. When you have an employee mindset, you go out and feel like you got to buy Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Chanel. People can't really afford Birkin, but they're gonna pretend like they can. That is going to keep people in bondage, y'all. Materialistic nonsense. So I say start your own brand, start your own business. You know, always have another stream of income and never ever put your financial future in the hands of someone else. I believe that wholeheartedly. And I believe in never having one stream of income. I never believed in having one stream of income because you're letting, if you have a job, this manager or supervisor could snatch it away just because they get envious, because they don't like you, or because they just feel like being an asshole. People are jackasses every single day, y'all. Your goal is to get away from your family. A lot of times when you get away from family, you excel in life because your family can hold you back depending on what type of family you have. A lot of times your family is, yeah, they can be a setback for you. And you have to get out of your environment too. For me, it took me years to leave where I was living. I hated where I was living because there's such a slave mentality there, and I couldn't stand it, and I felt like spiritually it was actually making me go downward, y'all. And I was so happy when I got away. And even here there's still like a slave mentality. Melanated people as a whole for the most part have a slave mentality. They don't understand that they do, but they really do. I mean, and I'm not trying to be I'm not trying to be disdainful or whatever. I'm not trying to talk bad about melanated people, but they really do have a very slave type mindset, and they don't even realize it, y'all. They don't realize it. I mean, you can tell them about investing, you can tell them about stocks, you can tell them about life insurance policies, about owning a house. Tell them about, these things, and they're going to just hear it. It goes in one ear and out the other. They're going to keep posting. They're going to keep posting PayPal or no GoFundMe accounts whenever someone passes away. They're going to keep asking for donations. They're going to keep on going to these churches that are doing nothing for them, making these pastors rich. They're going to keep on believing in Christianity and believing in the Jesus that their oppressor gave them, and, kneeling and praying and dreaming and wishing and hoping. They're going to keep doing it. So it's nothing going to change. This is supposed to be Black History Month. We shall overcome so that someday. We're not overcoming right now. Um, and they don't like hearing the truth. They get very, what's the word? They get very hypersensitive, and they're very offended when you say stuff that's truthful. They get very offended. They get very defensive when you talk about these things. So you really can't talk about these things with a lot of them because they're closed minded. That's why I really don't have conversations a lot of people. I won't even have conversations because they can't handle to hear the truth. And y'all, people play off of your willful ignorance. Ignorance is bliss, and people like to play off of your ignorance. And one thing about it, keeping melanated people being in an oppressive mindset and in a mind state, it is economic success for a lot of other people out here when you are stuck in that mentality. Yeah, they profit off of all of that. The churches profit, the preachers, the conventions they have, all these gatherings, these Black women empowerment groups. They're not empowering each other, because what do you still see on social media? What do you see still happening on the news? They are still acting like animals and savages against one another. That's what's going on. So it's not going to change. You have to surround yourself with people that are like-minded and that understand you. And if people get hypersensitive, and if they get offended and defensive, just back away from those people. Don't even waste your time, because if they're lost, they're going to stay lost. Your whole objective in life is to live life for you, not for everybody else, not for what they think about you, not for making them feel impressed with you and better about what you have attained for your life. They have to live for themselves. You live for you, and separate yourself from the doers and the talkers. There's a lot of talkers around, and they can talk a good game, but they're not really producing any results. And that's what I see what's going on with a lot of melanated people out here. They are good at talking. They're good at putting on a parade, a facade, and a show. They're good at entertainment, good at entertaining, making memes, and being in everybody else's beef. But when it comes to their own state of affairs, they don't want to tend to that. They turn a blind eye to that. So it's easy to get up and say something negative about the next person. It's easy to judge and ridicule somebody's situation. But when you take that finger and point it back at yourself, they don't want to have those conversations. That's why a lot of melanated people, I don't even take them seriously, y'all. And that's the sad, hard, honest truth. When they say they're going to do something or they want to do something, I take it with a grain of salt. It goes in one of my ears and out of the other. And that goes in every aspect of everything, of anything from business to anything, because I know that they're not serious. And that's why every other nationality, every other group does not take us seriously, because they talk and they don't take action. They're not action based. They don't organize. They're not organized. They're very disorganized, and they're dysfunctional. And they want to say it's because, oh, we went through slavery. We went through 400 years. Yes, we know what we went through. We didn't all go through slavery, however. Some people just have a slave mindset, And you got to stop feeding that narrative if you want to come out of it. You just cut your friends off because when you ask them, they are they with you or Malik, they went quiet and just looked at the message, which means they're okay with it. Well, what I would say is block all of them. Block them from your phone, block them from social media, and block them from your life. You'll find other people. Like, the world has so many people on this globe. You do not have to be around people just because they are, like, they live around you, or just because they go to your school or you work around them. You have to sometimes venture out of your comfort zone to find people that have more of a mindset that you have, and you will find your vibe, will find your tribe. I mean, it might take a while, but being alone is better than being around a bunch of fake people. I'm telling you, being alone is better than being around a bunch of fake people that don't fit your life and don't understand your mentality, because they will pull you back. Start listening to Warren Buffett, y'all, or somebody. It doesn't have to be him, because he talked about that too, about how you have to separate yourself from family and friends in order for you to get to the goal that you want to get to in life. Because these people that have these mindsets, the lack mindset, the I can't do it, you can't do it, we can't do it, always finding a way to say why everything is so hard, talking about their economics and why they don't ever have money. Like, who wants to hear that all day? That's negativity. Yep, good for you, Fox Galaxy. Keep it that way and don't look back. And I have learned too that at any given time, people will act stupid. So always have yourself on standby mode mentally. Always know that at any given time, somebody can act stupid, they will act froggy, and they will leap. And you got to be willing to cut people off, like, and act like they don't exist. Simple as that. You only want people with the same sense to deal with. Exactly. I already said I only want people that have as much as me around me or more than I have around me. I want business minded people that are starting businesses or owning businesses, that have LLCs, that are pursuing something outside of just a regular 9 to 5 W 2 employee mindset. Why do people get offended? Because they are the ones that have that mindset. I only want people that think about home ownership and are in the pursuit of owning a home or actually have a home. Because if you think like a renter, you're always going to have a landlord. That means you still have that same mindset. If you are spending your money on Jordans, on weaves, on lashes, on nails, and you're talking about you don't have any money to invest, I don't want that mindset around me. Point blank and period. Stay away from me, and I stay away from them. And you have to keep it that way. Anybody with all that nonsense, I just honestly, I can't even digest it. That's just how I am at this point. I can't even deal with it. I mean, I will watch some stuff on social media, and I'll listen, like this whole Ti 50 Cent beef. Stupid to me. Just dumb and utterly ridiculous. Ti is in his late 40s. Curtis Jackson is in his 50s, basically about to probably be a grandfather soon. Y'all have all these millions of dollars. Why? Cardi B and Nicki Minaj. Y'all got all these millions of dollars. Why? Y'all not happy? Because happiness doesn't come in the form of money all the time. Warren Buffett speaks on that too. He said he met a lot of successful millionaires that had the president at their fingertips, could call the president at any given time, die on their deathbeds with hardly to anybody there to even care about them. All they were worried about is when they leave and this person passes away, what am I going to reap from their death? But he said he's met school teachers, he's met people with a lot less, and they have been surrounded by people, you know, when they've gone through, a death experience. So it's about the impact that you have on people. It's about having integrity. And he talks about that too. Don't deal with people that don't have integrity just because they're intelligent and just because they can do things swiftly. He said because they will take advantage of you in a very careful way. That's what people with no integrity will do. And you got to be real careful with these cunning people out here, especially guys, males. Males have the gift of gab, and they will use it at their disposal because that's really all they have. They have nothing else to offer, females and ladies out here, boys and girls. So be careful. Never listen to what people say. Always look at what people do, right? and let people prove what they say about themselves. If they are always having issues with people, talking about people, if they're always telling you stuff, but you don't see it for yourself, take it with a grain of salt. Don't ever listen to somebody that toots their own horn all the time. Never do it. People that want to brag about themselves, don't do it, because what do they say? You will recognize a tree by the fruit that it bears. Y'all, it's a lot of barren trees out here. It's a lot of fruitless trees out here that can't produce fruit. It's a lot of bare trees. Let me show you what a bare tree looks like. Look at that tree right there. You see how bare it is? It's a lot of people with emptiness inside of them, but a whole bunch of talking going on, walking around. You need new friends because loneliness is not really my thing. Well, you know what? Think of it like this: you don't need new friends. The new friends that are about to come into your life need you. How about that? Start switching the narrative. You didn't lose the job lost you, right? You don't need the job needs you. We're going to start looking at stuff like that. You know what I mean? Start valuing yourselves more. And it's a lot of people that don't value themselves. And it takes time to learn how to value yourself because guess what? Society in America and being brought up in this indoctrination camp called school teaches us not to value ourselves. Everything is seen as a competition with everybody outside of ourselves. We need outward validation for everything. No, we don't. Warren Buffett also talks about that in the podcast. Stop looking for outward validation and validate yourself. Anybody that can't stand that you have confidence is because they feel intimidated by your confidence. You don't need to be around them. Simple as that. What's good, CJ? How are you? Glad to see you in the building. I hope you're doing okay. I am hot to trot out here, CJ. I never have a day off. I sure don't. It's no days off. You know, that's one of my mottos, my quotes, my hashtags. Hashtag no days off. I need to actually put that quote on some hoodies and some shirts. Y'all, I'm gonna start pushing my clothing brand again. So y'all make sure y'all support me when I do it. But a lot of melanated people don't support people when it comes to stuff like my melanated king shirts did really well, but a lot of people don't support melanated business. And I had high quality shirts. I got some in the trunk right now because I keep my product on me, y'all. I keep that work on me, y'all. Oh, I'm so hot. Y'all, I'm about to go in this. Look, I'm about to ask y'all permission. Do I have your permission to depart and go in the dollar store? Because I'm hot. I've been fanning myself now for the past 52 minutes. My goal would be to be on here for at least an hour and a half. You said, go ahead, Fox. Thank you, Galaxy. You so glad to catch my live. I'm so glad that you caught it too. And I'm appreciative that you showed up. Yes, I'm just hot. I need something to drink, y'all. I've been in this car. My phone has been overheating, but I just wanted to come talk to y'all. And if I do go to the park, I'll try to. If I go to the boardwalk or to the park or to the lake or wherever I go, I will try to do a video for y'all and I'll post it. It'll probably be a pre-record, even though y'all don't really be looking at my pre-records. Y'all look at my shorts. I don't know if it's y'all, but y'all like my live streams for some reason. Absolutely, much respect. Thank you, King Hazy. So now that I have your permission and your blessings, I'm going to sign out. I'm going to love you and not leave you, but I'm going to leave you and love you. Um, did I say that right? I'm going to love you and leave you, y'all. And I'm going to just say, walk in your divinity, celebrate yourself, and y'all take care. Blessings to you all. And thank y'all so much for your unwavering support. It really means a lot. Thank you so much. I'm glad I was able to put a smile on your face, Fox. All right, y'all. I'll tune in with y'all later, okay? Have a good one.